Alright, so one more trip video before I go into YouTube hibernation and edit up the GoPro stuff. I just wanted to show you what 6,000 miles of dirt looks like. And I picked up a hitchhiker along the way, but he didn't make it. Look at that sucker. So 6,000 miles of hail, rain, whatever else. I'm gonna wash her up now, clean her up a little bit. She never gets completely clean, but that's all right. She's not a show bike, she's my workhorse. She's a good girl. Yeah, I'm a little nuts. I named them, talk to them like they're human. I've had chicks I dated say, "You treat that bike better than me." Well, this bike has treated me better than any woman I ever dated, so there you go. And so far, I think there's only one casualty of the trip. Again, my trip meters, the selection switch stopped working again. It fixed itself the other day, but yeah, doesn't work. At least it got stuck on the mileage for the trip. It kept recording. But hopefully that dries out and fixes itself again. If not, I'll get it looked at when I get it serviced. There she is, my dirty girl. Alright guys, so like I mentioned, just one last video about the trip before I go on a little YouTube hiatus and edit all the GoPro stuff and put together a few more, one or two videos of the trip. I just want to talk about a few things. I made a little list because the memory isn't what it used to be. And yes, plus yesterday when I got home, my brain was kind of fried from sitting in that traffic and the bike's almost overheat, and it was just a long day. My head really wasn't in it when I made that video. So the first thing I want to talk about is my buddy Bob. And for those of you that really know us and follow us on, friends with us on Facebook, so I don't share a lot of the YouTube stuff to Facebook, but I might put this one up and the videos of the trip when I'm done. And as everybody knows on YouTube, when I did that day 2 video, without going into his personal business, he got very bad news from home. And he had to make the decision of whether to turn back or go on. And like I said, I was with him 100% either way. If he wanted to turn back, things like that are way more important than motorcycle trips. We would have finished and did this trip next year. It didn't matter to me. But when he did his little update last night, and when we got home personally, he's been thanking me a lot for what I've done on this trip. But I think he knows deep down that there's no reason at all to say thank you. The older I get, the smaller my circle of friends have become. And I cut out a lot of the fakes and the phonies and the two faces, and especially the people that like to try and tell me how to live my life. I try and live as free and as not tied down as possible. And that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. I don't know why. And it's, cost me some friendships over the years, but Bob is in that little circle of brotherhood that, I would do anything for, and I know he would do anything for me, and he has. And a lot of people may know or may not know, about 6 or 7 years ago when we were on a trip, we were riding in North Carolina, and I locked up my front brakes and I went down and sprained my ankle pretty bad, and I could barely walk, let alone ride back home. And he went, got that U-Haul, loaded the bikes up and drove us all the way home to New Jersey and did not complain once. So our friendship comes before the motorcycle ride, and I knew when he got that news that he wasn't going to be on his game the rest of the trip, and I knew I was going to have to watch his back. We watch each other's back all the time, and there was no second thought about me doing that. It was no extra strain. We still enjoyed ourselves the best as we could, and I would do anything for him, just like I know he would do anything for me. And there's no reason to say thank you. That's what we do on these trips. What else I want to talk about? All right, like, a lot of people ask me, well, why are you guys home so soon? 6,000 miles in 12 days, that's a lot of riding. Well, like I said in the beginning, it was never about sightseeing. It was about finishing up our goal. And the other thing is too, we both have full-time jobs that we got to get home to. And again, he had his personal issues he had to get home to. And we don't want to get home and run right back to work. And also, and me personally, I have my grandparents live with me and my aunt, and she takes care of them. And you know, when I'm away, she's pretty much on her own. And every year I take these trips, it's been tougher and tougher on her because they're getting older and I'm the only one in the house that drives. And when I'm gone, she's pretty much on her own. If it wasn't for my buddy Dennis checking in on her all the time, who I'm very, very grateful for, you know, it's tough on her. So I can't stay away for weeks at a time. And, you know, big thank you to her for doing this and for running the house when I'm home. You know, I could not live the life that I do if it wasn't for that woman. And, you know, I thank her every day for it. Hell, she raised me, and that was no easy task, but I think she did a pretty damn good job. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, we try and get home early. And plus, like I said, you know, you need to decompress a little bit about, you know, before you go back to work. But yeah, but big shout out to my aunt for doing that. That's one woman that I would gladly take a bullet for and put one in somebody if they ever fucked with her. All right, what else? All right, enough of the serious stuff. Besides, well, look, I got company. I got some geese came to hang out. Besides the serious stuff, let's talk about the trip. Besides finishing 48 states, or finishing our goal, it's what we accomplished. It's refreshing to see there's some beautiful, beautiful country left out there. You get west of the Mississippi, you truly want to live free, go west of the Mississippi. There's a lot of open space, not many people. Let me let this truck pass. Yeah, a lot of open space, beautiful scenery, the mountains, the plains. It's refreshing to see that we still got that left in our country. It was also nice to see you don't believe how much this country is dependent on the trucking industry and the railroad industry. And that was real cool to see because my job depends on that. And to go across the country and see the miles and miles of trains and the amount of trucks on the road, it's just cool to see that, you know, that the blue collar worker, don't forget us blue collar workers, a lot of people still look down on us, but we are the lifeblood of this country. And if we weren't there, this country would collapse. And just to see that, that's cool. It's a nice thing to see while you're riding through the country. Also, you know, like I said, you want to live free, go out there. I mean, where else could you run 100 miles an hour for 70, 80 miles at a clip and not be bothered? And with no one else on the road. It's just amazing. And I know, listen, is it the safest thing to do? Absolutely not. Am I recommending you go out on your bike and do that? No. We know we take a risk. I personally know I take a risk every time I get on a bike. It's, you know, it's what it's about. It's not the safest way to travel. But I also think that, you know, for me, you got to live a little. And that's what I enjoy, and that's my therapy, and I'm going to do it. What else we got? All right, another refreshing thing across the country, the kindness of strangers. You don't know how many people along the way wished us well, told us to ride safe, gave us weather updates, asked where we were going, where we were from, and just sat and talked with us a while, especially on the rough days when we're sitting in a gas station soaking wet and cold and miserable. Again, you don't see that a lot in New Jersey anymore. I mean, I think a lot of that is because, you know, where I'm from, but to see the kind of life people lead out west, it's a lot more humble, it's a lot more simple, and people are definitely a lot more friendly, and we truly, truly appreciate that. What else we got? But yeah, it was just, you know, I just wanted to check in one more time because it was an amazing trip. It was a hard trip. I mean, these vacations aren't easy. This isn't going to Disney World. This isn't going on a cruise. You really have to want to do this. It gets tough at times. It's challenging, but, you know, we both do it for the love of motorcycles, the love of riding, and it's just our therapy. And I think that's a big reason why Bobby's family pushed him to go on after he got that news, because they knew this is how he gets his therapy and that he would handle stuff when he got back. And again, this is going to be my last video. I'm going to go into YouTube hibernation and edit up the videos, the GoPro videos of the trip. When they're done, I'll definitely share them on Facebook. Probably give me about a week. I want to decompress a little bit. I don't want to be editing stuff. And and one other thing, my Viking Cyclist jacket that they sent to me months ago to review, I took that with me and I beat the hell out of it, and it's still in one piece. So I might do a little video on that later on. I'm pleasantly surprised with that. So that's it. I'm gonna go home, clean up Lola, give her a good wash job, relax a little bit. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody that subscribed, the new subscribers, the people that commented, liked, all that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking maybe since, you know, I gotta take a little break here, that I should probably take a break from motorcycles for a while. You know, maybe not ride a little bit, just kind of get away from it.